I'm DJ Miss Ashley. This is KEXP 90.3 FM in Seattle and online at kexp.org. It's my pleasure and honor to introduce Seattle-raised, New York-based musician Kassa Overall.
Show up on stage like what's the commotion? Where my ancestors in the Indian Ocean. Light skin, but I still need me some lotion. Read a lot of books like Who You Provoking. Uncle Sam pimping right down to the cuticles. What's the best stocks? Prison and pharmaceuticals. Hey, they want him back on the Prozac. He would've got away, but they tracking the low jack. College educated, but he acts so black. And we gon' keep screaming till they take that coke back. Back on the Prozac, back on the Prozac, back on the ay. What's the best stocks? Prison and pharmaceuticals. Back on the Prozac, back on the Prozac, back on the ay. Yeah. What's the best stocks? Ay. Show up on stage like what's the commotion? Where my ancestors in the Indian Ocean. Light skin, but I still need me some lotion. Read a lot of books like Who You Provoking. Uncle Sam pimping right down to the cuticles. What's the best stocks? Prison and pharmaceuticals. Hey, they want him back on the Prozac. He would've got away, but they tracking the low jack. College educated, but he acts so black. And we gon' keep screaming till they take that coke back. Friends, friends, friends. How many of us of us have them? Friends. How many of us have them? What would you do? Some you can't say. Where would you go? Do you have a home? Who would you call? You can use my phone. I can't tell you who's on the other end, but you would listen. If you were my friend.
Beautiful.
My friend.
Hey,
Hey, welcome back home, Kassa.
thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Your sophomore album and Brownswood label debut, I Think I'm Good, is out as of last Friday. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It's a great record. Who do you have with you here today? These are incredible musicians.
Some of my favorites. We got Paul Wilson,
Hi. Hi.
Julius Rodriguez, my big brother Carlos Overall,
Hey.
and Morgan Guerin. I would say what they were playing, but they all play so many instruments.
They do.
We all playing everything. So yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
The simplicity of your vocals is a beautiful balance to the complexities of these compositions, and you all do such a beautiful job telling a story that begs for dissection. Can you shed some light on your experience with the American prison system and how it has left an impact on you?
Well, my personal experience with the American prison system is very limited. You know what I mean? I spent like 20 hours in central booking a couple years ago, but I think that was enough to understand that there's a whole lot of people getting locked away from society in order for the society to look as it does today. And for me, dealing with mental illness and being on medication in the past, and I've been to the mental hospital twice for 10 days, you know, where you're locked up in a very similar kind of prison-esque reality, it made me also relate to anybody that's without freedom, you know what I mean? And so that's why that song, Prison and Pharmaceuticals, they're linked together, because I kind of want to show that there's something about actual physical enslavement and mental enslavement that has a connecting point, you know, so that's how that came about.
I Think I'm Good explores your personal experiences with mental instability, and you even mentioned having been hospitalized before. I'm curious what inspired you to share these experiences, and how does playing music affect your mental health?
So those are two kind of interesting. So the first one, it was like I had one song that I felt was telling that story. The song Darkness in Mine, featuring Sullivan Fortner. It takes some lyrics from one of my dad's songs, and I think that song was me first kind of cracking open into even the idea of like dealing with your shadow self, or dealing with you know, just your problems, you know. And when I made that song, I realized, oh, people are resonating with this song. You know, we've been performing this song for like 2-3 years. And after almost every concert, somebody would come up and say, you know, what about the song Wise Man and the Fool? You know, The Darkness of My Mind, is that out? And I say, not yet. You know, I'm working on it. But I noticed that as soon as I made a song that was kind of dealing with something that was really, you know, I was dealing with, that people resonated with it. And so this whole album is almost like a bed for that moment, you know, and looking at that moment from different perspectives, you know what I mean? Whether that's like the subconscious and sleeping, or your alter selves and all that kind of thing. And it's also like certain things you can't really deal with just in your normal life, and it's easier to deal with in metaphor, you know? So for me, dealing with that stuff in my art, it allows me an outlet to kind of like comb through stuff. I might even still be combing through it, but it's like a way to say, okay, let me, you know, and then just people resonating it. And it seems like it makes other people feel like, okay, well, let me deal with my stuff, you know. On another side of that, though, is like when you're making music, you do have to be careful, because for me, I will stay up all night. I'll stay up for multiple days working on tracks and getting all in the zone. And so you kind of have to be careful, and you have to know how to pull the plug and say, all right, now I need to go sleep. I need to get some food. I need to read whatever I do. I need to get some exercise, you know. So you have to be careful to balance out your artistic, creative output with like some type of healthy living, and which has been crazy recently because I've been so busy with the album and stuff. So I'm trying to get back to my morning routine ASAP. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Yeah.
It was really lovely to see your mother take the stage at your show here in Seattle.
Yeah.
And you have your brother Carlos here today. What role does your family play in your musical journey?
Man, it's huge. I think it's like when I think about the way I make music, it's always been kind of like playing with Legos. You know what I mean? Just kind of like trying stuff out. And when I think back to being young, we had a drum set, a piano, multiple instruments in the living room. And it was always just kind of like another toy, another play space, And even though I did go through academics, I went to Oberlin for jazz performance. Right. It was like, it's always been like hard for me to think about music like in this very mathematical kind of way. And I think sometimes even my band is like, yo, what are we doing though? Like, we got a big show. What are we doing? And I'm like, yo, we gonna go out there. We gonna build a vibe and we gonna find the thing. And you know what I mean? Because it's like the way I make music, whether it's performance or studio, it's like I'm trying to find it out the thin air, And that's basically due to my family and my upbringing and the way they introduced me to music. I was listening to Thelonious Monk as a toddler. I don't think I heard Stevie Wonder until later. I don't think I heard Marvin Gaye until later. I was listening to Thelonious Monk and Ornette and Public Enemy, you know what I mean? And that was just normal for me. So it's like, that's what it is,
And I assume you played in band at Garfield.
I was in band for sure.
That must have a lot to do with your talents today, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, of course, absolutely. It's funny though thinking about band because it was like back then it was also kind of like it was a balance between you could be a big star or like you could like go off and do something, and then also like there was this kind of nerdy band energy, like, oh, he's in band.
I was in band too. I know.
Like, oh, you got band class, or like, I can't kick it after school. We got rehearsal and stuff. And it's funny because that took some time to come through because I was like, man, I feel like I'm fresh, But then it was also like I would get clowned. It was like, man, so I don't know. Band was dope though. Shout out to band. I did marching band freshman year, jazz band all 4 years. Same with Los. And yeah, band was dope.
When did you pick up producing?
Early on.
Okay.
So in that same living room, we had a 4-track, right, Los? There was a 4-track recorder. There was a beat machine. I forget what it's called, a something sonic. It had these 4 pads. And I swear, like, I'm talking about early. Like, I was young, learning how to and we was getting instrumentals from Tower Records and rapping over them. And Los got an MPC. I guess I was in the middle school towards high school. Los got an MPC. I was on that trying to make beats like Timberland. And then I got an ASR 10, you know what I mean? Just the whole time, really. It just was like, it took a long time to bring that energy into the, like, I've been studying music my whole life energy. And as soon as I started bringing those together, the music felt more like me, and people were able to understand what I was bringing a lot more because, when you try to divide yourself, people get confused. Yeah. They're like, yo, you're in a suit and a tie playing standards one day, and then the next day you're on stage like about to stage dive. You got to decide, So I decided not to decide. And so I do it all,
Which seems like kind of jazz genre anyways.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is that the idea of jazz is really like the improvisational music of Black America, and also the virtuosic music of Black America, because I think that throughout the jazz evolution, there was always other genres evolving too, you know what I mean? So when Coltrane was doing what he was doing, there was other stuff happening in the black soul world and all that. So jazz is really the outside, the other story, the side story, and for me, that also relates to like the esoteric side of the human, because you have the thinking mind that's straight A plus B, you know what I mean? And then you have this more complex other side, and that's more about like artistry and developing a craft and finding, breaking down the science. It's like it's like archaeology, it's anthropology, it's really like a high art. And it's so I think I'm rambling at this point, but it needs to be said.
Let them know.
Let them know.
Well, I think it's beautiful how jazz can be so successful at telling a story just with instruments. And
Yeah.
I feel like you guys all do a really good job of that. But I love your vocal additions as well. I think that's really cool.
Thank you.
And people may not realize it, but sometimes it might sound like just a bunch of noise, but as somebody who grew up playing music too, I know that it's not easy what you're doing, and it's actually like a very organized mess.
Yeah.
And that comes through, and just great job.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's nature,
Yeah.
If you look at nature, it's an organized mess,
Yeah.
Straight up. Yeah.
Well, would you like to play a couple more songs?
I would love to. This next one's going to be Darkness in Mind.
From the new album?
Yeah, from the new album. I think I'm good. And I'm going to have Morgan on drums for this one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Kassa Overall live at KEXP.
eyes. No white stone and you ain't in a pine box. If you wanna get it, then you gotta go grind, cause look at all the blessings that you waiting for. Overcome the lesson and you make it more. Waking on the sun, but when you rain it pour. Let my soul sail, but it ain't a storm. This is not hell, matter of fact it's heaven. But why the brothers getting shot over 211? This is not hell, matter of fact it's heaven. But why the brothers getting shot over 211? This is not hell, matter of fact it's heaven. Why the brothers getting shot over 7. Pills in the trash. I threw the pills in the trash. Hey, I throw the pills in the trash. Throw the pills. Hey, let it breathe. Hey. That's that one.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. tell them all I was really born to ball. Every time I try to crawl, there they go and tell me no. I don't really know how, but this is my time now. Yeah, this is my time now. Yeah, this is my time now. Well, who's on the playlist?
What's a fallen man on the A-list? He thought it was painless. What's a jazz cat that would rather be famous? What's the meaning of life? Fuck it. What's the meaning of algorithms if the rhythm is out of rhythm? I could give them that power pivot. I was living without a gimmick. Now they want it, I gotta give it. They was living on superstition, new religion. I'm super Christian, 20 million my crucifixion. Blind man with the lucid vision. I loosen the noose, crucible proof, the truth in the booth and poof. I just gotta tell them all, I was really born to ball. Winter, spring, summer, fall, why you waiting for the call? I don't really know how, but this is my time now. We make them say, Make them say. Okay, I just gotta tell them all, I was really born to ball. Every time I tried to crawl, there they go and tell me no. I don't really know how. This my time now, yeah. This my time now, yeah. This y'all's time now, let's get it. Tell them all, I was really born to ball. Every time I try to crawl, there they go and tell me no. I don't really know how, but this is my time now, yeah. This is my time now, yeah. This is my time.
Kassa overall live at KEXP.
Yeah.
I Think I'm
Yes,
Good
sir.
is out now. Where can people pick up this album?
You could get that on every streaming platform that exists on Earth. You could get that at the record shop. We got vinyls online. Just type it into Google. I Think I'm Good, Kassa overall, Brownswood Records. Yeah, and it's crazy. It's so crazy right now.
Thank you all for being here today. It's been such a treat to have you in the studios at KEXP. I hope you'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait. Thank you.
It's KEXP 90.3 FM in Seattle.
Yeah.
Discover new music
That's a
at
wrap, ladies and
listener-powered KEXP.org.